Okay, today's video will concentrate about a topic called myself. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to demonstrate understanding of self-awareness and living peacefully with others. Then number two, identify one's strengths and weaknesses and how to promote interpersonal relationships. And then the last one, mention reasons to live in harmony with one another as a responsible citizen. So without not wasting much time, let's go to demonstrate understanding of self-awareness and living peacefully with others. Do you really know yourself? If yes, how do you know yourself? Many people know themselves through physical appearance, likes and dislikes, strengths and weaknesses. It is good to be aware of yourself so that you can live peacefully with others. If you know your strengths and weaknesses, you'll be able to relate with other people. So now let's discuss what is an interpersonal relationship. So an interpersonal relationship is the way by which people associate themselves with others in a particular community. It's the way how we relate ourselves to people, how we associate ourselves to our friends, our brothers and sisters around us. So how can someone use his or her strengths and weakness to promote interpersonal relationships? So this one brings us to strengths and abilities or weaknesses. So we are coming to talk about strengths or abilities and weaknesses. Okay, strengths. As in number one, strength. Strength or ability is the natural way to do something successfully. So your ability to do something. So strength is the ability to do. Strength is the ability to do something successfully. Okay. So my question is, what can you do best? Anything that you can do best is your strength or ability. So you must work hard to improve on your strengths or abilities. For instance, if a people is good in English language, he must continue to read more to score higher marks. Examples of abilities of strengths are friendliness, kindliness, confidence, courage, honesty, and sharing, and so forth. So if you know how to do something, you do it well. Okay, so you knowing how to do something successfully becomes your strength. So let's go to weaknesses. The number two, weaknesses refers to the things that make a person unsuccessful. So if you know you are weak in mathematics, then you have to learn to improve upon it. Which subject do you perform badly in your school? What is making you perform poor in that subject? So it is laziness or what? I hope is it laziness? Yes, it is laziness. That's why you cannot perform well. Or what? Apart from the laziness, what is again that is preventing you from performing well in mathematics? Whatever is making you perform poor in mathematics is your weakness. So examples of weaknesses are selfishness, shyness, laziness, and lack of confidence. So these are the things that constitute what weaknesses. So unsuccessfully doing something. So you want to do something, right? You want to do things that make a person successful, but here like a case that you cannot do it. So you unable to do something unsuccessfully, that thing becomes your what? Your weakness. So now let's go to ways of initiating good interpersonal relationships. So it is good to make friends with others because nobody can live alone in the society. So can someone live without interacting with people around him? No. Without good interpersonal relationships, it is difficult to borrow pens, pencils, erasers from your friends, and etc. So now let us talk about ways of initiating good interpersonal relationships. So one of the ways is smiling at people. A smile is a facial expression which shows happiness and good pleasure. We can initiate interpersonal relationships by showing a good facial as people. So when someone smiles at you, it shows that the person wants to say something to you. It can imply that the person wants to say hello to you. Do you know that if you frown, people will not come close to you? It is always good to put on a smiling face. Always smile at people. Let people feel you. Okay? And then number 2, good communication. Good communication. For example, exchanging greetings. One way of initiating interpersonal relationships is by learning to communicate well with people. We should learn to exchange greetings with people. We can begin by saying hello or hi, supported with a little smile. We must not use negative words to address people. And we must all learn to say thank you or sorry in our conversations. So good communication enables us to resolve differences, build trust, and respect one another. And then the third one is the intention of making new friends. Intention of making new friends. So interpersonal relationships can be initiated when we try to make new friends. We can make new friends at church, conferences, birthday parties, schools, workplaces, tourist sites, sports stadia, inter-schools competition and festivals. So you can bring a challenging topic to be discussed. In the course of the discussion, one can easily make friends with the people involved. So we need to be careful when we want to make what? Friends with others. Are you okay? Now number 4, we said what? Helping people. Helping people. Okay. We need to cultivate the habit of helping people who truly need to be helped. Helping people enables us to establish good interpersonal relationships with them and also receive blessings from God. We should not help people to do wrong things in the society. For example, do not assist your friends to destroy school properties. So if you do that, God will punish you. That's what he said. And then we should extend our hand to what? To people. We should help them. So the 5 say of being respectful. Respect for elders and authority is a value we cherish in our nation, Ghana. When we become adults in future, we will want the young people to show respect to us. It is in our own interest to respect and obey everybody, especially those in authority. With that respect, we cannot leave others and enjoy the peace we all deserve. So we must show respect to our moms, our dads, presidents, everybody around us, even our small brothers and big brothers. We must respect them. Okay? And also we must also allow people who do not share the same views with us to have their way so that we can maintain peace and unity. So we must learn to tolerate one another. If you have something to say, you have to keep quiet and then listen to what you have to say. And then if I have something to tell you, you have to keep quiet. Do not misquote me or do not be harsh on me, right? Do not be harsh on me. As someone said, this one is too harsh. But that is by the way. So ways of improving our abilities and overcoming our weaknesses. Ways of improving our abilities and overcoming our weaknesses. So every individual has some unique qualities or abilities. These abilities can be improved through one, education. So discovery and development of abilities or potentials can be done through both formal and informal education. Formal education is whereby you are going through school when we are using the systematic way of teaching. And then informal education is whereby mommy will put you on chair, sit you down, and then teach you how to do certain things. Okay. So education trains the mind and equips it with the needed skills that are required to develop our potential. So it's very, very important to be educated or to go to school. Okay, and then number 2 is training. It is not only classroom education that helps people to develop their abilities, but also practical training helps individuals to develop their identified potentials as well. So receiving training from an experienced person can help you to improve upon your abilities. And then the number 3 says what? Constant practice. Constant practice. So we can improve upon our abilities if we constantly practice towards what we want to achieve in life. For example, if you want to become a good footballer, then you must start playing for a school team to polish your style of playing. You can also join any football team in your area as a way of developing your football talent. So again, someone who wants to become a great artist or graphic designer must learn creative art seriously. The person must learn how to draw figures from class 1. Constant practice can easily help you to improve upon your abilities. So after you've been educated, been training, you have to do constant what? Practice to improve your abilities. So the third one and the fourth one says guidance and counseling. Guidance and counseling. One of the ways by which an individual can develop his abilities to his benefit and the benefit of the whole society is through guidance and counseling. So it is important to know that receiving moral and financial support from peers, teachers, parents, siblings, among others can help one to achieve his or her goals. A person may be unable to achieve his goals if people around him refuse to encourage him or her. Apart from moral encouragement, financial support can also help bring a person's ideas into reality. That's good. So the next one too, you must have a vision. So that's why we have number 5 to having a vision. So vision is the ability to focus on future goals. Ability to focus on your future goals. So before one can achieve his or her vision, there must be self-awareness in whatever he or she does in life. So once a person's abilities are realized, it then becomes necessary for a step-by-step planning to achieve these goals. Yes. So last one, mentoring is an act. That's mentoring. So you must have a model, someone that you are taking after. Maybe your mom, could be your dad, anybody else. So mentoring is an act of copying someone you admire so much in life and attempting to be like that person. For example, if you have a mentor who is a pilot and you want to become like him, then you have to work hard in order to achieve your aim of becoming a pilot. Or if you're a footballer and you want to play football, you must take someone like Ronaldo or Messi, and then you become like that person. You become a great footballer. And then last but not the least, self-determination. Before a person achieves his or her aims, he or she must be self-determined by working hard towards the aims. So we should not allow friends to discourage us. We must we must rather stand firm until we achieve our aims. Okay, so let's go to assertive skills to express feelings about what disturbs or hurts. So the following are the ways in which we can use our assertive skills to express our feelings about what disturbs or hurts them. So one is using derogatory names. So one of the things that disturbs people's feeling is the use of derogatory names or funny remarks. Derogatory names are names given to people who show that we have a respect or low opinion about them. There are some people in the society who are always teasing and laughing at other people, especially in public. Laughing at and teasing people for no reason sometimes irritates them. It is not everybody who can tolerate such funny remarks from people. So we must to avoid giving derogatory names to people. If someone teases or calls you names you do not like, you express your feelings by telling the person to stop the act or that act. Stop it, just cut it short. So number 2 says asking people to do what they do not want to do. Another thing that can hurt people is telling them to do what they do not want to do. It hurts if your friends order you to do something that will later destroy your entire life. For instance, some friends may tell you to smoke cigarettes and drink alcohol with them. Do you know that drinking alcohol excessively can destroy your heart, brain, and liver? Smoking cigarettes and marijuana can also affect the body organs. Taking drugs can cause you to grow up as a drug addict. So always remember that you are a child of God who must not smoke, drink, or abuse drugs. Do not allow yourself to be influenced by bad friends to do things that will destroy your future. Okay, so do not do such things that I have explained. Then the last one is telling lies. So telling lies is to say something that is not true in a conscious effort to deceive somebody. A liar is someone who tells lies about another person. Have you ever lied to your teacher? What about your parents and friends? It is bad to say what is not true about somebody. If you do not have anything to say about a particular issue, just shut your mouth and leave the place. Yes, shut your mouth. Do not tell lies. Whatever you have not seen, do not be a witness to that. If you didn't see it, tell them, I did not see it. If you saw it, yes, I did. So you can explain yourself. So reasons to live in harmony with one another as a responsible citizen. So what are the reasons to live in harmony with one another as a responsible citizen? So let us talk about attitudes and behaviors that promote harmonious living at home, school, and community. Harmony means friendly agreement or understanding. Harmony means friendly agreement or understanding. So it is important or it is good to live in harmony with one another for the following reasons. So one, to promote peace and unity. When people live in harmony with one another, it helps to promote peace and unity among them. There should be a deliberate effort to live in peace with all people that you meet them. All people, no matter how tall the person is, or how short the person is, or the color of the body, you have to live peace with those people. And then number two, say law and order. A responsible citizen is the one who always ensures law and order in the community. This can be possible when the person lives in harmony with one another. So living in harmony will help to maintain law and order in our community. Okay, so number three is growth and development. Growth and development. So when you live in a harmony with people, you'll be able to work with them in the same company. This will help to increase production. When production is increased, it brings about growth and development in the country too. Another one too is what? It helps to protect one another. It helps to protect one another. You see, people who live friendly with others protect one another against their enemies. If you live well with your neighbors or friends, they will surely help you in difficult times. So that's why we said that it helps to protect one another from dangers or from your enemies. And then number five says what? It helps us to seek help from others. It helps us to seek help from others. You can only seek help from friends when you have good relationships with them. So it is very, very important, therefore, to live in harmony with people. Okay, and then the last one, sharing ideas. Through friendly relations, people are able to share ideas and receive pieces of advice from one another. So this enables them to improve upon their abilities in their life. So this brings us to the end of the lesson. Myself, okay? We talked about so many things. We talked about understanding of self-awareness and living peacefully with others. and we identify one's strengths and weaknesses and how to promote interpersonal relationships. And now the last one, we mentioned the reasons to live in harmony with one another as a responsible citizen. I wish you all the best.